I was thinking jumping off the cliff as Banjo.
Oh, I can jump off the cliff. Should I do it
But also
safely or?
Coca-Cola.
I'm gonna miss. Oh boy.
Oh,
What are you doing over there? How
how
did
did
he
he
get
get up
over
there?
there?
He's waving.
I think he could have saved himself.
And then he flies away. He's standing there. You can't get out. He's
Oh, it's
trapped.
over. It's so over.
Oh,
Oh my god, I fell in the water. I forgot that only does 1 damage when you fall in the frozen water. It doesn't do all the fall damage. That's lucky.
I think fall damage has unironically hurt my perception of how much, like, real life damage you could take jumping from a large distance into a body of water. Because in games, they just, like, neutralize it.
Right. But it hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you jump off a cliff into a body of water, you're fine, it's water.
Like, I've been having tummy problems. That's what the sickness is tummy problems. And, like, if I did a belly flop, I would probably just drown.
Oh my
It would hurt so much.
I remember back in 2020 when a certain virus came around, and I got it before, like... Yeah, well, for those of you who actually... We have a large portion of our audience actually just waking up from a coma. So in case you don't know... Also, good morning.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. You know, I hope your dreams for the last 10 years were good. If you didn't know, there was a world-changing, life-altering virus that caused a pandemic among Earth as we know it and life as we know it. And I remember catching it before kind of any of the vaccines got it. And I had this body fatigue, and it was like, everywhere I was going, I was just really weak. And then I was like trying to get some juice from the fridge upstairs in my where I was living.
You did not have the jungle juice dispenser yet.
And I didn't, and and if I had that, I probably would have been okay, but I didn't. So I had to go up to my fridge. And as I was walking over there to kind of grab a cup, I hit my head off of like the stove fan. You know the fans that kind of lurk above a stovetop?
Like the the vent.
Like the overhead. I like hit my head on the corner of that, and I just collapsed to the ground. I'm like, I can't do this. You know what I mean?
That would hurt so much on a
be.
normal day. Holy.
No, I was like, I don't think I needed to fall to the ground, but I just had this urge to just like, let me lie. Don't get me. This is it. This is my final hurrah. But, and this is why if you had a jungle juice dispenser, if you had bedroom juice, you would be fine.
I want some bedroom juice.
You're preaching to the choir. And that's right, a large portion of our audience are actually in a choir. So shoutouts to you guys.
Were all the people in the coma also in the choir?
It was really a horrible accident.
Yeah. It was their tour bus?
Yeah. Oh my god, I saw on Twitter a clip recapping the story of like the Dave Matthews Band truck dumping 800 pounds of poop through
oh my god, I forgot about
a bridge. That. Do you know some of the details that maybe were glossed over in what I saw? Because this like traumatized me reading it.
I only know the real surface level. I forgot it was even a thing.
Yes, but like the boat is traveling underneath the bridge right as the band truck is dumping all like the human feces, and oh my gosh, apparently the number was 800 pounds all over the poor people on top of the boat.
800 pounds.
Like people wouldn't even believe you. I don't know if I would not be okay if that happened. Like, not after any amount of time.
I can only imagine the war flashbacks that would come as soon as you smell even a dog. If you're walking your dog and the dog poops on the side of the road and you smell that, it's just like it would all come flying back to you.
Sometimes there are little blessings we have in life. The things we haven't had to experience that we're not grateful enough for, like having 800 pounds of poop dropped on your head.
Yeah. Or listening to a Dave Matthews Band album.
That's arguably worse. Also, people who are in a coma, people who saw a Dave Matthews Band in concert, never recovered.
So the choir took their tour bus on a trip to go see Dave Matthews Band.
It was really a horrible catastrophe.
Yeah.
I found these snowmen to be very scary growing up.
Me too, because
Wow,
like I didn't know how to
the
kill
horror
them
for a
as a
moment.
kid.
And look at their smile. Like I hated that. And the big hat.
Yeah, they're such...
As a kid, you see a big hat with an X on it. I feel like that's terrifying. Like, you know what? Everybody's talked about the uncanny valley before, but people don't talk enough about big hats with X's on it.
Unhatty Valley. Dad swallowed a Jiggy and didn't get his kids presents, so we did it, by the way. That's the plot of this spot.
I would eat a Jiggy if I saw it.
Why wouldn't you?
It does look like a puzzle block of cheese. I get it. I'm not saying that... I'm not trying to make any claims about the nutritional facts of a Jiggy, but I'm just saying that I get it.
Do you think gold is the tastiest looking metal?
Oh... I think so. I'm running through the various metals in my mind, and just the yellowness of it, I guess specifically yellow gold.
It's pretty enticing.
It is. Like, if there was, like, Mountain Dew colored gold, you know, like, maybe, like...
There's, like, yellow Mountain Dew. Isn't there? I don't know. We're Canadian. I don't know anything about the Mountain Dew flavors.
That's just piss.
Well, I always imagine Mountain Dew being toxic and very warm, just like piss. By the way, we're finally helping Poop Boggy.
I do love that they give you the little skull, and it still collects it and puts it in the...
plays the animation. And in the end, instead of helping Poop Boggy, we burped Boggy.
Love that he didn't go to check on his kids. He just went back down the hill.
Yeah, he has to go practice his tobogganing.
Also, their laughs of these snowmen.
Yeah, they're actually a lot of this game scared me as a kid. I think I already went over this plot. There's this other lore about me. There's already enough lore about me in this episode.
There is a lot of lore about you. Oh my god! Good shot.
I did not think that was going to hit.
This one definitely didn't hit.
I thought it was going to hit.
And he just turns into a hat. That's good to see. You know what? You know how there's like Stan Twitter? People always put like pictures of their muse.
Yes.
And like that's do you think there's anybody with these skeletons as
like
their profile
these particular
picture?
Snowmen?
Yeah, like these snowmen have a fandom.
I have to imagine.
Like just one account that's like scary Banjo Snowman.
It's definitely like I'm thinking like even so I'm like a big Risk of Rain fan. And every imaginable Risk of Rain character, it seems, has someone like role-playing as them on Twitter.
But that all changed when people found out how fucked up the coding behind Risk of Rain actually was.
Oh, that's depressing. Oh, it hurts my brain. They actually they released a fix for a fair bit of it recently. I haven't...
And what were your thoughts as a...
I haven't tried it
knowledgeable personnel?
I haven't tried it yet. Apparently they fixed a pretty reasonable amount of stuff. But I haven't tried it yet. Washing machine. No, okay.
Washing machine.
Washing machine. We got the washing machine once. There's another potential gag transformation that's super low chance. And I hope we get it.
Are you keeping it a surprise?
Should I?
Yeah, I think you should, because I don't know what it is.
There's 2 more transformations left in the game, so we have 2 more chances.
Okay. And to anybody listening, I promise I'm not going to search it up. Bro doesn't know what it is, and I'm not going to tell myself. I'm not going to find out the answer.
Yeah, that's kind of a
don't leave
buzzword
a
now,
comment.
isn't it? Bro, just saying bro.
Yeah. Do not leave a comment telling me what the final transformation is. And if you do, just lie about it. Come up with one, and I'll probably believe it.
Yeah, what would be the funniest gag transformation in this game? Probably like British guy.
You turn into a British guy?
You just turn into a British guy.
I got me point. It's the weekend.
Like, it would be funny because that's what the people who made this game are all British guys.
Oh, you're right. I only know Grant Kirkhope.
He's a pretty cool British guy.
Has he stood up to the tests of time? Is he still a cool guy as we know it, like to the modern public eye?
I don't think he's been milkshake ducked, if that's what you're asking.
I'm assuming that's what I'm asking.
Have you heard this phrase, milkshake duck?
I've never heard the phrase milkshake duck.
Okay,
before.
so it's basically an allegory. The idea is that, look, there's a cute picture of a duck drinking a milkshake, right? Don't you love this cute duck drinking the milkshake?
It sounds like I can buy into this. Sounds very cute.
Very cute. Turns out the duck is a racist.
Oh my god.
And
and now I've just aligned myself with that imagery.
Yeah. How dare you?
I understand it. That was a great explanation.
Yeah.
I totally get it now.
So that's the phrase milkshake ducked, is like something that you loved, that you thought was innocent, or like a person who you really enjoyed watching, kind of thing, on YouTube. Like that. This is happening all the time. Like all these YouTubers that we really like. Turns out, I don't know, they talk to minors or something. Like, that's the most common one, it feels like.
For any former Dr. Disrespect fans out there, this is a safe place.
Oh boy. I never got into Dr. Disrespect, so that one didn't hurt.
Yeah, I was never too... Like, I thought he was a bit of a jerk, and also he complained about his stuff, like, because of woke. You know what I mean? So anybody who uses that
was he always saying that anyway? Like, yeah, okay.
He said that a fair bit, and there's this one, like, Call of Duty update where when you killed someone, they turn into a blunt, and he was super upset about it. Like, oh, you have this in the game, but you removed Nick Merckx's costume pack because he's a bigot. And I'm like, you're complaining about this, and you've been messaging minors? Alright, buddy.
That's actually really funny that, like, he got up in arms about something like that.
When it's objectively funny, too. Yeah. Like, the enemy just turns into a blunt, like, they get turned into a full-size, human-sized blunt. Like, that's fucked up and crazy and funny.
And, like, not even remotely comparable to having Nick Merckx's stuff in there, right? Like, that's the false equivalency that goes on to make a jump like that is very silly.
Sometimes I gotta remind. Oh no! Oh, Poop Boggy's taking it home.
Poop Boggy's it's okay. I'm not worried. There's a trick with this sled, which is that if you jump up any hills, you just go like ridiculously fast. And then there's two big old hills. See, watch this.
Okay, we do have a large community of underground gambling who watch us, and they're actually very sad.
They are in shambles.
The Poop Boggy was the underdog, so the odds were looking great, and you had to go and pull out the cheating mechanics.
I could have done it without the cheating mechanics, you know? I don't need to prove it, but I could have.
Interesting. I'm hearing claims, but all I watched was some nefarious behaviors.
I wouldn't go so far as to call them nefarious. They were just behaviors.
How extreme is nefarious? Like, I don't really... Like, I've used the word before in kind of like synonymous with, you know, rapscallion, like, negative behaviors, but how bad is it really? Like, on the scale of 1 to 10, I don't know what the 10 on the badness scale is, you know?
It is kind of funny
abhorrent.
How certain words, like, they kind of have, like, you know, like a 50s television show, Shucksy Doodles kind of quality, like rapscallion's kind of one of them.
Yeah, Shucksy Doodle is definitely one of them, too.
And then something like... But nefarious is not... I wouldn't call that, like, a casual term. Like, I feel like that's usually describing an actual level of wickedness, right?
So is it, like, closer to the 10, then? Like, if 10 is... What's, like, a word that is designating a huge amount of wickedness? What word would you attribute to that?
Like, what's the word you could use to describe the most amount of evil?
Yeah. Horrendous?
Maybe? Horrendous is usually the more like bad rather than evil.
Malicious?
Malicious is one that, like, never really had a any level of like silly
Yeah.
connotation. Like nefarious always was a serious turn. Scallywag.
Nefarious was always serious.
Nefarious, kind of. It's not like rapscallion or
Nobody uses nefarious in a silly way. Little goofy.
I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm sure it's possible to use it in a silly way.
Can you go in there?
So funny story. You can. Have I told you? Have I explained this whole stop and swap thing?
No, I don't know what this is.
Wow. I'm sorry. You get to hear me explain this.
Please do.
So there was a mechanic in the game that was like announced called stop and swap, which was essentially there were 6 collectible eggs in that ice key that we just saw in Banjo-Kazooie. And if you 100%ed the game, you could go up. You could go and collect those secret items. Like they would. The way to access them would appear after 100%ing the game. The idea was if you collect them, you go collect them in. What am I trying to say? You go collect them in Banjo-Kazooie, and there was a feature on the N64 with an old hardware revision where it kept some of the game's memory like in RAM for a certain amount of time. And so what they were planning to do was to store in a specific region of memory information from the game, from Banjo-Kazooie, that was like, we've collected these 6 eggs, or this fuck, I ran out of feathers, or this specific ice key or whatever. And then if you swapped the cartridge for the sequel, Banjo-Tooie, it would unlock stuff in that game because you collected it in the first game. That was the idea.
Did it end up working, or was it like the type of thing where that was their intention and their design, but it didn't really work?
In the 64
or like
version,
you couldn't.
It did not work. It was removed. Well, it always worked in Banjo-Kazooie, but by the time Banjo-Tooie was coming out, there had been hardware revisions for the N64 where it clears out memory too fast to feasibly be able to make the swap. And so, because of that, in Banjo-Tooie, it doesn't do anything. Like, you could try to do it in Banjo-Kazooie. You could try and actually do the feature, but it wouldn't actually work.
Have modders been able to help make it happen?
Or not with physical cartridges, but
Damn.
I think modders have tried to do it with just like on the emulator on files on your computer. I'm not sure, but then they did it with the Xbox Live ports. With the Xbox Live ports of Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Nuts and Bolts, they implemented like proper stop and swap. Like if on your console there was a Banjo-Kazooie save file, then it would unlock stuff in Banjo-Tooie.
That's awesome. I'm so glad I have my bedroom juices here to make this a delicious little story and drink.
Did it help you understand the story better?
I didn't understand it until I took a sip.
Okay, well that's good. I like some good brain juice.
All right, I feel, you know what? It takes a lot of mental diligence to be poop boggy and see yourself getting beaten by Banjo in every conceivable fashion on this race that you've probably done 100,000 times because you live in here.
Well, it is canon that the other characters don't recognize Banjo-Kazooie when they're transformed into other animals. So, right, it's actually more like Boggy's just lost to 2 completely random people.
That is the worst news I could have heard imaginable.
And he is so sad that we passed him just now. Oh. He is so sad about this.
Take my other medal. I'm gonna cry.
Isn't it crazy how many medals he had? So Boggy canonically has 4 Jiggies stashed. He had 1 that he gave to his kids. He swallowed 1, and then he had 2 for the races.
So we ruined his kid's Christmas, we stole his lunch, and we took his 2 prized medals from his career-long profession as a racer.
Yeah. It's like, who got mistreated worse? Was it Boggy or Gobi the camel?
Gobi is forever being disrespected.
I think I got all the... Did I get everything? So I think I might just need to come back with enough feathers to go get the final...
Oh yeah, we ran out of feathers.
Yeah. Although something else has just occurred to me, and that is that if I leave, I have to kill the snowman again.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to see about getting enough feathers. I think I might have not picked up the ones in here.
We actually have a large community of watchers who love the red feathers and are quite upset at this discovery. This was their stash that you are taking from right now.
Honestly, if they're true fans, they should be okay with us using these. I'm trying to...
Nice. Okay. Oh wait.
Old
Where do you think
speedrun movie.
Banjo-Kazooie? Where do you think Banjo-Kazooie falls on the dash dance spectrum? Oh, that's nice. That's not bad. That feels pretty good.
It's better than Banjo's on it. I'm also on ice. It doesn't help that I'm on ice.
I feel like once you play Melee, every game becomes a little test, like a movement test you do no matter what game you play. You just see how it responds to moving back and forth. And there's something to be said about a tier list of games that have really satisfying dash dances.
I wonder what... So, like, what's a game other than Melee that, like, tops that list?
Celeste?
Celeste? Yeah, true. You have to kind of change how you think about it a little bit. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Alright. I think I might have to, like, come back with a stash of feathers, unfortunately. I don't think there's
in this economy too.
I hate the economy. Can't believe we just like invented a way for rich people to make more money. Crazy. Will this make it up on its own?
Is that enough, or is it on top of the hat?
It's on top of the hat.
Oh. So this is the real king of the hat.
I'm the jester of the hat right now. Clown paint is on.
Here we go, round 3. If we don't make it this time, this is about to be a banned episode of Stark and Rage play Banjo-Kazooie.
Giving a bunch of Japanese kids headaches.
Like, this guy sucks.